So, me personally, if you need to assign things that happen in this world to a name, like a Jesus or a God or a Buddha or the sun, cool. That's cool. That's awesome. Just don't, like, you don't have to bother me with it.
Sure.
That's all. I get that certain things happen that I can't explain. You don't have to assign a name to it. You know how I would respond if you told me it was Spider-Man. You know why? I love those books.
Mm-hmm.
I love those characters. If you somehow created the MCU into a religion, probably buy into it. I'd be like, okay, that's an easier way to explain this shit.
I think the closest thing to that would be, I think you could actually, we can draw a parallel. First, I'm going to connect your thing to my Garden of Eden story.
Mhm.
I think the problem with religion is that religion has been used as a way to stop people from gaining knowledge, holding back information. Science itself has been heretical
Mm-hmm.
since the beginning because anytime we learned that, oh, it's not raining because of a god, it's raining because of pressure systems and storms. You know, this person's not acting out because they're possessed, they're having a seizure, which is caused by this, that, and the
Yeah.
other. Anytime a discovery has been made, it has eliminated a reason for a god to exist because those gods were there because we didn't have the answers. And as a species, we searched for answers and we
Mhm.
needed to have an answer for something. There have been hundreds of gods
Mhm.
that have been worshipped by human beings for all time.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of them. We've gotten rid of most of them. It's only a few left. And the world will probably die before we actually get rid of them. But if we could, I think we'd be in a better place. But
I like Spider-Man as my god. I'm just
I
saying.
like Spider-Man as your guy too, but here's what the problem would be if you were to make the MCU a religion. For that to work, you would have to treat it like people treat religions, which means that if I happen to believe in Batman, you would believe that it was your job to convince
Well,
me
I mean,
that Batman
listen,
doesn't exist and Spider-Man does, and therefore
Batman exists, but he doesn't have any superpowers. He's just a rich guy
sure.
with science, with scientific people behind him.
Oh,
Like
but that's not good enough.
Spider-Man, like does his own science. You know
Not
what? I
good
take that
enough,
back.
man. Not good enough.
Not in the MCU. In the MCU, it's very much a Tony Stark.
Sure.
Okay,
But not good enough.
so Tony Stark is God.
You couldn't convince you. It wouldn't be
Tony
good
Stark
enough.
is God.
It wouldn't be good enough to convince me that Tony Stark is better than Bruce Wayne. It would be convincing me that Tony Stark is
Sure.
real, Bruce Wayne is not, and for me to believe in Bruce Wayne is heretical to the belief in Tony Stark that I should have. Therefore, I should be stoned or put to death.
Well, okay. Yes, yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. But I do think I need to adjust myself because,
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
No, no,
I'm
no.
just
No,
attaching.
but I'm saying I'm wrong with assigning Spider-Man. Right? Because
Sure.
it was really Tony Stark, right?
Right.
If you're talking MCU, if we're not talking the greater comic book world, yeah. But if we're talking MCU, it's got to be Tony Stark, right? Because he's got the parallels to Batman, right? They're very much the same thing, very much the same thing. Like there is no difference if you compare character to character, right? And it's the same thing with like a Buddha or a god or like
Buddha's a little bit different, but
yes. I personally take to Eastern culture in terms of religious talk. I associate with that more, but my whole thing is just basically like all of what all religion is just a creation of a story that helps you understand the things that are happening. Because, like you said, people want to know why, right? There's still a ton of things in this world that we don't know why. But if we can assign a name and a thing to it, like and an action to it, then they're like, oh, well, that makes sense then. Right?
Religion would
So
have horribly put us to gruesome death in front of a crowd of cheering believers for even saying these things.